I didn't install the camera because I didn't trust her. I installed it because I wanted the truth to stare me in the face. That morning, she served me coffee with the same practiced smile she'd perfected for social dinners. Her phone buzzed twice. She tilted it away. I didn't ask who it was. By then, silence had become our most fluent language. When I left for work, I didn't go to the office. I parked 3 streets away, laptop open, waiting for the live feed from the camera hidden inside the living room clock. At first, there was nothing, just sunlight sliding through our designer curtains, the quiet rhythm of betrayal waiting to start. Then the doorbell rang, and in walked her boss. He was the kind of man who spoke with his watch, his cologne, and the arrogance of someone who'd never been told no. He didn't even hesitate to kiss her. She didn't hesitate to respond. That was the moment I stopped breathing. Not from heartbreak, from clarity. We'd met 6 years ago. I was the quiet one, building my business brick by brick. She was the fire that turned every room into a spotlight. She liked how calm I was, how focused. I liked how she made the world feel bigger than it was. I built her a life that glittered. Cars, vacations, a penthouse view. She built me a lie wrapped in laughter. When her success came, I celebrated harder than she did. I didn't notice that her boss's name came up too often, that she dressed for meetings that lasted late, that she started saying my money instead of our money. The night she forgot to close her laptop, I saw a message from him. 3 words that burned into me like acid. Can't wait tomorrow. It wasn't the words. It was the timing. I was out of town that night. I didn't confront her. I didn't scream. I didn't accuse. I planned. I started by moving quietly, redirecting the accounts she never looked at, creating a shadow layer beneath our shared life. I hired a friend, an IT analyst, to install a hidden camera inside a decorative clock she bought. Irony tastes better when served with betrayal. Then I waited. Days turned into weeks. Every moment she lied, I smiled a little more convincingly. I started to understand the psychology of a traitor. They lie not just to you, but to themselves every single day. The footage didn't surprise me anymore. Their touches, the way he held her waist, the laughter, it all became data, evidence. But on the 5th day, something different happened. After he left, she didn't just sit there. She walked to my study, my sanctuary. She opened my drawer, pulled out a set of documents, my company's financials, and then I saw her pick up the phone. She called my business partner, my only business partner. And in that soft, charming tone I once fell in love with, she told him I was planning to move assets offshore illegally. She was setting me up. That's when the heartbreak died and something colder took its place. Revenge is never about rage. It's about precision. I spent the next month dismantling her illusions quietly, efficiently. First, I created a false trail, a few transactions that looked suspicious, but pointed directly at her. Then, I set up a meeting with her boss, pretending to offer him a partnership deal. I recorded the conversation. He thought he was clever, boasting about his relationship leverage over me through her. I didn't say a word, just smiled and shook his hand. 2 weeks later, I made my move. The confrontation wasn't cinematic. It was surgical. She came home one evening, glass of wine in hand, expecting silence. I played the footage on the TV. Every frame, every whisper, every betrayal. She froze. Then, like all liars, she tried to twist it. You invaded my privacy. I laughed once. You destroyed something you don't even understand. Before she could speak again, I dropped the final blow. Her company had just received an anonymous email with evidence of insider leaks from her and her boss. The board had already suspended him. The recording of his relationship leverage made sure of that. By morning, she'd lost her job, her reputation, and her lawyers. Confidence. By evening, I'd filed for divorce. Assets frozen, accounts redirected, her credit trail poisoned by her own greed. She didn't cry, she just stared like a gambler who finally realized the house never loses. I moved out 2 days later, left her the penthouse, emptied of everything valuable except the clock. The same clock that watched her ruin herself. Sometimes I think about that feed, about how I sat in my car watching everything I'd built collapse in real time. But the truth is that day didn't break me. It forged me. People say revenge is hollow. They're wrong. It's pure. It's clean. It restores balance where chaos once ruled.